This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.
Welcome back. Today, police are investigating the alleged suicide of an elderly Caucasian male. Preliminary reports indicating that shortly after 11 a.m. on Sunday, officers from the Eleuthera Division responded to a vessel in distress with an elderly male on board. While assisting the vessel to shore, officers heard the sound of a single gunshot, and after securing the vessel, the officers entered the cabin and discovered the elderly male with a single gunshot wound to his upper body. A shotgun was also discovered lying next to the deceased body. The local medical practitioner responded to the scene and confirmed no vital signs of life. Police investigations continue there as well. Police on Abaco are investigating that island's first traffic fatality for 2023. The traffic accident occurred in the area of Dundas Town and claimed the life of a 34-year-old male. According to police reports, the incident reportedly occurred shortly after 4 p.m. on Friday and involved a vehicle and a motorcyclist. Preliminary reports revealed that a 2005 Dodge Dakota vehicle driven by an adult male of Marsh Harbor, Abaco, was traveling north on George Aubrey Boulevard, and the motorcycle was traveling west along Grace Avenue, Dundas Town, when the two collided. The 34-year-old motorcyclist of Marsh Harbor received injuries, serious injuries, and was pronounced dead on the scene by the local doctor. The government is continuing its efforts to ensure that Bahamians across the country can be afforded the opportunity to have an affordable home. In an update on housing projects and works being done, Minister of Transport and Housing, Jobeth Colby Davis, says progress is going well, with 46 foundations completed as part of the first phase, where some 200 homes are planned to be built in the Renaissance subdivision in the Carmichael Road area. This also includes condominiums, a first for any government.
Projects are well on their way. We have just about completed the Pinecrest first phase, and so we're now in discussions to have that expanded into the second phase. Not quite sure the number of homes that will be in that second phase yet, because we're still in the early stage of discussing the land mass, the size of the land, and infrastructure work, and then of course the cost. And so we're working diligently to get that rolling so that it isn't a long stop period. The Renaissance at Carmichael is moving pretty well. I think they have a good bit of foundations. They're probably already started with some of the homes up to Belcourse. I haven't been there since the new year.
Back in November last year, Prime Minister Philip Davis, along with Minister Colby Davis, presented keys to new homes in the Pinecrest subdivision for 18 government, private, and essential workers as a result of a public-private partnership between the government and Arawak Homes Limited. There is growing excitement for the food production industry, according to Agriculture, Marine Resources, and Family Island Affairs Minister. That's Clay Sweeting. Minister Sweeting telling reporters recently that if everyone does their part, the country could see a reduction on food imports, reportedly costing the country $1 billion last year.
Not just helping to create excitement, but crafting policy and initiatives that help to create a national agricultural policy that helps to encourage even more food development. We've seen over the past year a lot of farmers, young persons, women get involved in the sector. We've had persons who have used the climate smart grants to help to reduce food electricity costs, to increase food production. So we're on the right track. It's a national effort, not just a ministry effort, but a national effort, and we're excited to see what this year will bring.
Asked about the partnership between the Bahamas Agricultural and Industrial Corporation, BAIC, and wholesaler Milo B. Butler and Sons Limited, as a memorandum of understanding was recently signed agreeing to sell and distribute Bahamian grown and processed products, Minister Sweeting, who was entering the weekly cabinet meeting, provided an update on that agreement.
That partnership started in November, so they're working together, and we have a lot of Bahamians that has been creating jams, jellies, and other add-on products for a long time. So we're glad to be able to facilitate this transaction between the people in the production aspect of agriculture to facilitate this relationship. So we'll continue to monitor it to get a real sense of where we're at. I'm thinking in a few months we'll be able to see how much things we've seen on the shelf. But we're excited about the relationship.
As for subsidies to farmers to help facilitate Bahamian products getting on the shelves of local stores, Minister Sweeting says his ministry has already started granting such subsidies in collaboration with the Small Business Development Center, SBDC, which aims to provide up to $50,000 in funding to startups and existing businesses in the farming and fishing industries.
We're finalizing the Food Sustainable Grant Program, which would include some of those persons you speak about, which was over $1 million in grants. We did a climate smart grant as well to help to eliminate some of the electricity costs, as well as to create new ways how to fight climate adaptation through food security. So we've already started the process. Funding is always an issue in whatever business, whether it's food production or just a regular business. So we'll continue to do what we can on our end, but I think it's important that we look at a national, holistic policy approach that can help to push agriculture to where it needs to be. And we'll ensure to involve the farmers who are the stakeholders in this process.
Minister Sweeting says he would like to see the campus of the Bahamas Agricultural and Marine Science Institute open by September. The Bahamas Department of Immigration preparing to repatriate nearly 130 illegal migrants who were apprehended within the last week. 99 Haitian migrants and 26 Cuban nationals are in the custody of the immigration officers after being handed over in separate incidents. Meanwhile, another 94 Haitian nationals, 67 males and 27 females, were apprehended near Little Ragged Island on Saturday. Operation Bahamas Turks and Caicos OPAT reported that a Haitian sloop was found in the area. A Royal Bahamas Defense Force patrol vessel was then dispatched to investigate and found the migrants on a quay. In another incident, 5 nationals from Haiti were transported to New Providence after being found in an area known as the Bus in Matthewtown, Inagua, last Thursday. 17 Cuban nationals were rescued by Liberty of the Seas cruise ship in the Northwest Providence Channel last Saturday, while 9 Cubans were rescued by local fishermen in waters near Bimini and transported to the capital. Officials say all are being processed for immediate repatriation. And finally, with nearly 150 illegal migrants either apprehended or rescued in Bahamian waters over the last few days, F&M Deputy Leader Shannon Dawn Cartwright is calling on the government to get more serious about enforcing the immigration laws and those laws that are being broken to facilitate the illegal occupation of land in the Bahamas. The Shadow Minister of National Security said in a statement on Sunday that in the past 8 months, Bahamians across the country, as well as government members of parliament on Abaco and Eleuthera, have expressed deep concern about the dire illegal immigration problem. Mr. Cartwright says the government has a duty to act and to address the concerns, like the buildup of shanty towns and large numbers of undocumented migrants. Mr. Cartwright said it is not about xenophobia or hatred, but protecting the sovereignty of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas and protecting the national interest and opportunities for Bahamians who live by the law. While he concedes there is no quick fix to the problem, it must be acknowledged by all that there is a crisis in existence. Mr. Cartwright is also calling on Bahamians complicit in employing and housing illegal migrants to cease immediately. He said the government must also get serious about enforcing labor laws. And that'll do it for your JCN Evening News. Once again, I'm Jcn Saunders. Thanks so much for joining us.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.